spider wrangler. Like, it gives the illusion that the thing's going to get away. They're going to, like, wrangle it. You know, so of course it's like the lady's insane. She spends all her time with, like, huge, you know, killer bugs. She's nuts. And I go up to her, and I see from about, like, a few yards away, she's holding her hand out, and it looks like she's got, like, a ski mitt on her hand. Like a big furry ski mitt. And then I see the hand just go like this. You know, and I'm like, oh my God. Seriously, the thing was massive. Like, way bigger than I thought, right? And I go up to her, and she goes, and she's like, hi, how are you? Of course, she's from, like, the southern states, you know, how are you doing, honey? You know, so what do you think? And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's great. And she goes, so are you going to be okay around this bad boy? And I'm like, yeah, well, you know, yeah, I should be fine, because, you know, it's going to be fanged. So she goes, what? Been defanged. I heard he was defanged. She goes, yeah, it's been defanged. How's he gonna eat? I'm like, oh yeah. So he hasn't been defanged? No, he hasn't been defanged. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm on set. And like up until like 4 seconds ago, I thought this spider was defanged. Now I know that he's like fully loaded. Right? So I go off, and I'm like, and I get the AD. I go, you told me he was defanged. He goes, no, that's what they told me. So like we're nowhere, right? So I go and get changed for my scene, and I have to put this suit jacket on, and the camera's behind me, and then the spider crawls out of the jacket. And you have to put the thing on the back of my shirt, and then I slowly come around, and then it crawls up, and I can't even describe the full-on creepiness. I can't describe it to you unless you've had this spider just like touch the back of your neck like this. And I wasn't scared, I was just creeped out. Because as soon as it started, you know, but then it stopped, and they wanted it to keep walking. And they're like, can we get the spider to walk anymore? And then, you know, it's a spider, you can't chat with it. I haven't walked far enough. Go up the jacket a little more. Oh, yeah, okay, sure. You guys want to be that high, okay. No, it's like, what are we going to do to make the spider? The thing would not move. So, if you ever see that show again, these are all the behind-the-scenes stuff that I love hearing personally. They get this plastic tube, clear plastic tube, and they put it up my jacket, and they put it just right near the spider's ass, and they blow into it. And the spider's like, what the hell? It's all warm air on my ass, I'm getting out of here. It crawls out. Until they got the spider to move, blowing hot air on his ass. Oh my God. And when I turn around, because I had to like put the jacket on like this, and then I had to turn around, because at that point, you know, you don't see the spider biting me, but you kind of, it's implied, right? And I turn around, and I'm facing then the camera, and I'm just kind of putting my jacket on. And behind the camera, the director is like this. Always a good sign when you're dealing with a deadly animal. On your neck. So that's what did like the experience. Like, the shooting the show was fine, but that was like, whoa. Sorry, any other questions? Right there, sir.
Where were you during Series 3? There was someone else sitting in that chair.
Yeah, I know. Let's talk about that, shall we? I think what happened was, okay, here's a little insight for you. This is what happens. I get hired, do season 1, do like about 14 episodes of season 1. It's like amazing. I'm like, yeah, riding the gravy train. Woo! Season 2, not as many episodes, but you know, it's okay. Then season 3, because I wasn't a contracted player like the others, you know, they just sign up at the beginning of each season and go, okay, you're in like, you know, God knows how many episodes. And I literally, this is what that young lady right there for 10, when you asked me about being in the show for 10 years, This is what makes it even more amazing, is that I went from episode to episode. Like, I was never given X number of episodes, like, oh, you're going to be in like 5 episodes or whatever, guaranteed or anything like that. I went from episode to episode, so it was basically, I was as good as my last episode, right? And so what happened was, I could still audition for other shows. So I could work on things like Dead Like Me and all that stuff while Stargate was going. But I treated Stargate like I was a contracted player. I gave it my priority because the show looked like it was never going to go away. And I was like, I want to be part of that. So one time I got on another show that was actually shooting on the lot of where Stargate shot. And there was a conflict, like they overlapped one day. The show that I was working on and Stargate, and the agents are great, they really try to work it out, but there was an overlap of one day, and Stargate was like, no, we need him. And my agent said, well, he's already signed for this other show, so we can't renege on that contract. And they went, oh, okay. And that's when they started. I think at that point they went, well, we can't rely on this guy. He's going to be, he's looking for other work and stuff. And then it was like, I just like fell off the radar. And I was just freaked out because I thought, this gig is like ended, right? And they tried a whole bunch of people out, and then they brought me back. It was like, it was meant to be. My Andy Makita, one of the directors, a friend of mine, he just said at some point they were having a production meeting and they went, oh, come on, that's Gary's chair. Chair beckoned, And I ended up coming back and getting more and more episodes. It's pretty cool. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Gilf.
Thank you very much. I'll be back, I think, at noon.
Yeah, we're going to do noon. And now we're also we're going to do a quick interview with Telstra soon. That'll be online, so you can think. Now, Gary will be doing a photo session, I think, from at 1:45, and we'll be signing autographs from 2:30 until 5 today as well. So make sure you check that out.
You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out and chatting with me. I know you